Hello, everyone. Welcome to the China Business Legal Navigator. The topic for the discussion today is 10 ways you risk business failure without a tailor-made contract in China. Operating without a tailor-made contract in China's rapidly evolving business landscape can expose businesses to significant legal and operational risks. Customized contracts are essential for managing relationships and ensuring smooth, legally sound operations. Here are the risks of not having a well-crafted bespoke agreement in China. Businesses can unintentionally violate China's intricate laws and regulations without a tailor-made contract. Non-compliance can make contracts unenforceable, resulting in costly legal disputes, fines, reputational damage, and even operational shutdowns. The lack of carefully tailored agreements puts businesses at significant risk of running afoul of the local regulatory environment. Generic contracts not written in Chinese or adhering to Chinese legal standards can be difficult to enforce in local courts in China. Chinese courts typically prefer contracts in the local language that comply with domestic laws. Businesses relying on such generic contracts risk being left without viable legal remedies if disputes arise, leaving them vulnerable to unfavorable rulings. Chinese courts heavily favor contracts that comply with Chinese law and are written in Chinese. Contracts that fail to meet these standards are less likely to be enforced, leaving parties without legal recourse in case of a dispute. Standard contracts often lack a clear allocation of risks, particularly concerning product quality, inspection procedures, force majeure events, and other critical issues. This ambiguity creates a greater likelihood of disputes and legal challenges due to differing interpretations of obligations, responsibility, and acceptable standards, which can damage business relationships. A generic contract may lack precise provisions on quality control, inspection rights, product return, replacement policies, and other critical aspects suited to the specific deal. This can result in disputes over quality, delays, and potential financial losses. The absence of detailed protective measures leaves intellectual property vulnerable to infringement or unauthorized use in China. Without clearly outlined penalties, safeguards, and enforcement mechanisms, businesses may struggle to prevent the misuse of their innovations, trademarks, or designs, particularly under China's first-to-file system. This vulnerability can lead to significant financial losses and damage to your company. Generic contracts fail to address each business relationship's unique needs, goals, and risks. Tailor-made contracts reflect the business transaction, reducing the chances of unmet expectations and disputes. Lack of clear delineation of roles, responsibilities, and decision-making hierarchies between the parties involved can result in confusion, overlapping duties, and potential disputes. A tailor-made contract ensures that all parties clearly define and understand these critical aspects from the outset. Generic contracts frequently lack essential confidentiality, non-compete or non-solicitation clauses, exposing businesses to trade secret theft, poaching, and other competitive disadvantages. This lack of protection can result in the loss of sensitive information or client relationships, potentially eroding a company's market position and giving competitors an edge. Contracts without clear timelines, payment terms, and other crucial details are susceptible to conflicting interpretations. Such ambiguities can strain business relationships, escalate disagreements, and ultimately hinder the efficient execution of projects or transactions. Ambiguous language and the lack of clearly defined rights, obligations, and dispute resolution procedures in generic contexts often lead to costly legal conflicts. Differences in interpretation can cause such disputes and result in damaged relationships. Standard contexts often falter in translation, leading to significant language barriers and misunderstandings. This discrepancy undermines mutual expectations, slows negotiations, and can lead to inefficient business practices that erode trust between parties. Remember that all non-Chinese contexts are translated into Chinese by court translators in China. These translations might not be accurate and will result in weaker protection and lower enforceability compared to having a legally verified Chinese language version of the contract. Using a non-Chinese contract increases the risk of misunderstandings, delays, and communication breakdowns due to language barriers. Proper translation and adherence to the local legal framework are crucial to ensuring clarity. Non-customized contracts often fail to properly account for taxes, duties, currency risk, and transfer pricing considerations specific to China. This can lead to unexpected financial burdens, compliance issues, and potential legal disputes, which can impact the profitability and financial stability of the business venture. China's regulatory landscape constantly evolves. For example, in terms of contract law and laws related to intellectual property, data privacy, cybersecurity, and foreign investments. Generic contracts may fail to address compliance with these changing regulations, exposing businesses to potential legal risks and penalties. In conclusion, then, of our discussion today, we can say that businesses expose themselves to considerable legal and operational risk in China's competitive market without tailor-made contract. Customized agreements ensure regulatory compliance, risk management, and intellectual property protection, allowing clear, efficient operations that safeguard all parties' interests. Investing in a bespoke contract is not just advisable, but essential for sustainable business growth in China. Thank you for listening to the China Business Legal Navigator. Contact us if you need legal help in China, help with background investigation of Chinese companies, protecting patents, trademarks, and verification of contracts, drafting of contracts so that they follow the law and are effective in China, etc. If you require our assistance or have further questions about our services, please do not hesitate to contact our Customer Relationship Manager, Jan Erik Christensen at janerik@ncbhub.com. janerik@ncbhub.com. We look forward to hearing from you and helping your business succeed in China by providing legal support to you in China.